It is apparently not in my cards tonight to be able to film a video. My first video got cut off because I ran out of storage, even though I have a 64 gig phone. Don't know how that happened. I just filmed it again after deleting a bunch of stuff. Guess what I did? I filmed it in slow motion. A 10-minute long video in slow motion. Like, what's wrong with me? So here we go. Third time's a charm.
The monthly mash. It was a graveyard smash.
Today I want to talk about something that has been brought up a few times, and I really hope that my neighbors cannot hear me because this will be the third time that I've said that sentence in the last half an hour. I want to talk about marriage and my thoughts about marriage. And no, this isn't supposed to be like a hate video about people who are lucky enough to have already found their person and settled down and like got married and are having kids and all of that sort of stuff. Not supposed to be like that. I just want to give a few of my thoughts as a 23 going on 24-year-old single woman who's not really interested in dating right now. I don't know where to begin. I mean, honestly, especially at this point, like, this is my third time shooting this video in a half hour, and I'm now just sort of like stressed out and aggravated, so I'm probably coming off as like a crazy person who's way too passionate about not getting married. I see myself as more of a traditional person. I still value a lot of traditional things, and yes, I've always pictured myself getting married and having kids and like starting a family and doing all of that sort of stuff. I mean, I already know like what song my dad and I are going to dance to at my wedding. Like, it's always been a thing, right? Like, I've always thought about it. I just have. Like, a lot of, not all little girls, but a lot of girls have like grown up thinking about their wedding day and when they meet Prince Charming or whatever other like thing that Disney has sewed into our brains. But right now in my life, I'm not really like focused on that. And I've been asked a lot, of course, by like family and then also some friends, but weirdly, like strangers, as to why I'm not married or why I'm not dating anyone. And I just think that's so weird. First of all, especially if you're a stranger, that's an invasion of privacy. Secondly, even if you're a family member, like who just because we're related doesn't mean that I want to talk to you about my like dating interests. Sorry. I don't want to talk to you about a lot of things probably, and dating is definitely one of them. I don't know. I have always just sort of valued getting an education and starting my career before getting married. Not that that's the way that you have to do it, but I just kind of think that, you know, so often you hear people who get married and like have kids or whatever, and they feel like they missed out on like me time or whatever, and then it's like selfish later in life if they want to have me time and focus on themselves. And why go through that emotional trauma when you could just like have, like, you could focus on yourself earlier in life and then have like kids and stuff. It's, I don't see marriage and family as the goal in life. I just don't. I see it as another part of life, another stepstone on the path to the end or whatever. You know, like one stepstone is an education, another stepstone is a job, another stepping stone is buying your first car, and another one is like buying your first house and getting married and then having a kid, and then maybe a second kid is another stepping stone. And just like, you know, as you go along the road that they call life or whatever. Ew, I hate myself for saying that. Yeah, it's not like I'm getting an education and getting a job and buying my first car, and then I've reached the finish line, and the finish line is getting married. Like, that's not the way that it's been for me. And honestly, I don't understand people who do think that way. Not that there's anything wrong with that, I just don't personally understand that sort of way of thinking. Much like a lot of people don't understand my way of thinking that, no, I don't really want to focus on dating right now. I'm more focused on myself. Not to mention that also dating and like getting to know a person, especially if like you are trying to like get to know a person to start a very serious relationship that then would end up in marriage, that's a lot of work. I don't know. I don't have time for it. I don't have the energy to put towards it. I just don't. Sorry. Um, but if someone's out there and they're interested, like hit me up. We can see what we can do. But if I'm supposed to be starting from scratch with someone, that's just probably not gonna happen. But who knows? Maybe that's the actual problem. Maybe because I don't value it as highly as other things. Maybe that's why I don't have anybody. I could have just had an epiphany. I don't know. Those are just some of my thoughts. I just wanted to kind of like share them, and I'd love to know what your thoughts are about the subject and like just how you view it, if marriage is your end goal, or if it's just, if you're like me and it's just another thing along the way. Leave me some comments in the comment section below, and we can talk about dating and marriage and kids and stuff like that a little bit more, or not. I don't know. It's like I said, it's the third time I'm filming this dumb video, and I'm I'm drained now. I don't even remember what my original thoughts were on the subject, but also let me know if you want to go on some dates. Let's date each other or something. I don't know. Um, this was secretly an eHarmony profile. Um, ooh.